Tomorrow, the biggest day in markets history. It's gonna be a crazy day indeed. Very volatile, if you ask me. You guys ready? And BlackRock is getting prepared. BlackRock sells 2,000 Bitcoin. Now they hold still a lot of Bitcoin, right? Close to Satoshi Nakamoto holdings. And then they're selling BlackRock, Fidelity, and others, and other ETFs have sold $316 million worth of Bitcoin, right? BlackRock just sold $257 million worth of Ethereum. Look at this, all the transactions, guys. So the institutions, the asset managers are selling, right? Starting to sell. Again, we called this for a long, we said this a long time ago, that if they repeatedly sell, day after day after day, the top is in. But if this is a one-time thing where they sell and then they buy back a couple days later, it's a wonderful thing, guys, because it seems like they're trying to take advantage of the small moves here, right? I still think we're gonna go higher, but I would sell these coins too, right? Getting prepared for the XRP ETF launch date in October, right? Funnel the money around, and the destination is an XRP, right? So are they preparing for that day? I would too. Now, it may be because of what's happening tomorrow, of what's happening in the coming weeks and days. By the way, I do feel like a white swan event could be around the corner as well. I think a white swan event happens by next week, right, into September, so they can move markets higher for the next leg up, right? Then we're going to talk about when the black swan arrives, right? We're going to see mixtures of these swans, guys. So breaking from Crypto Rover, Federal Reserve official says rates are high right now, can cut 100 basis points into 2026. Here we go, right? But we knew that this was going to happen, right? It's nothing too shocking, guys. Of course they're going to cut rates here rather shortly, because I do feel like they're going to induce a black swan event, right? Then they're forced to, and it's going to be heavy rate cuts as well. Okay, but right now for the month of September, it shows 73% to 26%, guys. 73% of the market believes that the Fed will still cut in September, but 26% is like probably not, because now the Fed seems bearish a little bit. Okay, but we'll know by tomorrow, because tomorrow there seems to be a significant meeting. It's called Jackson Hole, guys, and Powell's Jackson Hole speeches move Bitcoin, right? So the Fed will be speaking tomorrow at this meeting, and so in 2023, what happened during Jackson Hole, guys, right? When the meeting was taking place, is that Bitcoin popped up. And that was a good move up as well, right? It went like a couple thousands up, but that was a fake out. And then it died a little bit, right? Nothing too crazy. And after that was a real run. You guys see what we're saying here, right? That's what I exactly think will happen here soon. Not to mention 2024. Oh yeah, 2023 was hawkish. So 2023 was when Jerome Powell was he wasn't as bullish, guys, for the markets, right? He was bearish. We still had the same movements as 2024 when he was bullish for markets. What happened? We pumped, right? And then it dumped. And then what happened after? The real run began. Guess what? 2025, the same thing will probably happen. So right now Bitcoin is dumping a bit, right? It's probably gonna pump like this, and then dump, and then pump. The real run again begins, right? By heading into September. This is fantastic news, because now we know what's about to happen, guys, right? So talking about the charts, while we're on the topic of the charts, let's talk about it, right? XRP is actually holding insanely well against Bitcoin, but I think XRP is going to come down, guys, and then I'm going to buy, and then they're going to make a rise, right? And then white swan arrives next week, right? Something is going to happen out of nowhere that it's going to prop up markets again. I feel it in my bones. I know. So talking about Bitcoin here, guys. So what do we see? So basically, okay, interesting. This moving average did hold Bitcoin as resistance. I thought it was gonna slice it like butter. It didn't. It tried to, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. 5 candles. It tried to break it, guys. It couldn't. Okay, and then it came all the way back down, right? It came all the way back down, broke through the lower range support line. Now, what's the next line that should hold it as support? 107k ish, right? 106k ish, depending on when it reaches there. But not to mention on the non-log chart, we're on support, right? Or about to touch it here rather shortly. So maybe this line could hold Bitcoin as support because previously it did here, right? Multiple times here. Look at that. Look how many times it held this line as support, right? So, oh wow, look at all this. Look at that. What if the bottom is actually here soon? Honestly, I think this is what may happen here then, right? Before the meeting occurs tomorrow. So we're gonna dump like this, right? Then they're gonna pop it back up, exact same movements as previous years, like this, probably like right here. Beautiful, because that's a resistance line, and they're going to bring it one more time down, right? For some type of bullish divergences, and then they're going to pop it up back. Right, the same thing that happened. The same exact movement as 2023 and 2024. Right, didn't matter what his stance was. That's how the price moved. Right, so that's what I think will happen here, possibly. For what would that be for XRP though? Right, XRP is very strange because it's holding up extremely well. So maybe a dump like this, right? Liquidity grab from here, pop it back up, and then you bring it back down, right? And then you pop it back up. It could be something like this for a bullish divergence, same as Bitcoin, guys, right? Fantastic, honestly. Is there a chance of that happening, right? Possibly. Let us wait and see. But tomorrow marks history, right? It basically makes history because of what the market will believe for the incoming months. From bull theory, why Powell's speech tomorrow at Jackson Hole 2025 could move markets. The Jackson Hole Economic Symposium is a prestigious annual 3-day conference hosted by the Federal Reserve meeting of Kansas City in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Powell's speech, Fed Chair Jerome Powell is scheduled to give his keynote speech on Friday, August 22nd, 2025 at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, guys, okay? Why is it important? So are you guys ready? Are you guys truly ready? I'm excited, guys, because I hate when the market does this. I hate it so much when it just consolidates, guys. It's the worst thing ever. Yes, I do believe a white swan event will arrive next week. Okay, that will prompt markets to go higher. So let's say the move is completed like this, guys. Heading into September, the white swan appears right here, which makes markets explode. Then when that appears, when that move finishes, I don't know how high we'll go when it finally finishes, no matter if it's $1 or a couple of dollars move or even to double digits, the black swan will arrive. When the black swan arrives, it's going to take the prices back down. Okay? Now, it all depends on tomorrow, because why is it important? The Fed chair often uses the stage to signal big policy shifts on interest rates, inflation, or liquidity. Talk about liquidity, actually. They're already starting up the money printer here. Look at this. Where was it? Breaking. United States Treasury just bought back $4 billion of its own debt, one of the largest treasury buybacks in history. Let the money printer begin. Right, we're already starting to see the money printer hum. Then it's going to sing. Right? We know the game plan here. Basically, it's like the Oscars of monetary policy. Markets wait for it. It's because a single line from Powell can move stocks, bonds, and Bitcoin globally. Market reactions in the last 5 years. 2021, markets reacted positively as Fed maintained an accommodative stance. But again, the reason they did that was to trick the markets, right? Because that's when it topped, by the way, right? 2022, the Fed took a hawkish stance amid high inflation, causing sharp declines in equity and crypto markets. 2023, markets gained modestly with signals of inflation progress but cautious Fed stance. 2024, mixed market responses due to uncertainty about rate changes. That's the SEER, basically, right? And remember, 2024, what happened, right? A pump, then a dump occurred. So watch out. So it's going to be very volatile. Prepare. 2025. So far, markets have reacted negatively before the events amid fears of of them being more bearish. But the reason why, we already know why. They're waiting for a black swan and it will literally kill multiple birds with one stone. UK inflation rises to 3.8%, highest level in 19 months. Do you guys see? If they brought upon a black swan event, inflation will go down dramatically. Nobody will be going outside, right? A lot of people will lose their jobs. Now, I don't hope for any of that stuff, but if we want to get this show on the road, right, let's hurry it up. They may as well bring it upon, because if they don't, they're just going to keep kicking this rock down the road, guys, right? This can down the road. Do you guys not realize this, right? Which then induces even more suffering to us. So if they just rip the bandage off, that's it, right? They're going to finally release the Kraken and make us explode higher. Okay. So here's what a few analysts predict of the incoming months for Bitcoin. I believe we'll see one last leg up on Bitcoin, forming its topping structure in the 130 to 150k range before entering backward distribution. Alt should be much stronger in this phase. Look at that, right? We said the same exact thing. Alt season is around the corner too, by the way, right? Probably heading for this white swan event next week, right? Before the black swan enters here, we dump it. Then the money printer begins, we pump it. Right, extreme heights like $1 million. Very beautiful. We know the game plan very clearly. Okay, so this is fascinating, guys, because when this next like higher comes, right, and he's pointing to like 130k, 250k, or at least like 140k ish, it seems like, that's where our USDT dominance chart comes into play. The 6-day. Right, that's right there. From this wick to down to the 6-day, it's a max 10% move for Bitcoin. Okay, so let's calculate. From this higher wick, a 10% move from here takes Bitcoin to 137k, about that region where Bitcoin should probably top, because there's a 6-day moving average right there, right? They'll hold this as support, and then they're going to liquidity grab it. So the next leg higher is coming before they so it's white swan, which makes the markets pump hard, very hard. Then black swan, which makes the markets dump extremely hard. Then the mother of all white swan appears after the money printing begins, which makes Bitcoin explode to $1 million, XRP to $100, ETH to 50 to 100k. You guys know the game plan. That's what I think will happen, but let's wait and see. Let's take it step by step and day by day. Tomorrow is very important. Watch out. Don't do anything dumb. Now, but each advice. What is this? Sophie, see ya.